For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, we are live and amplified. So let's get ready to podcast.
Fire it up.
Welcome, everybody, to another live and amplified livecast. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we are back at it again with another amazing podcast. Today, we have a returning special guest. We have Brenda Cay. How's it going today, Brenda?
I'm doing great. How are you, Tom?
Doing pretty good. Just trying to stay warm. You know, we're having like micro flashbacks of last February, but they're saying it's only going to be like 2 or 3 days, so I can make that work.
Yeah, that's not too bad. And it's almost the weekend. So.
Yeah, it's been a long week, and I'm just kind of concerned that I'm going to be working right through the weekend again, which is not fun. But one of these days, I'll get a day off. So
there you go.
But excited to have you back on, and I know you just released a new single. When did Talk About Nothing release?
January 14th.
14th. So it's been out for a few weeks now. I'm really excited to sit down and chat about it and kind of catch up with everything that's been going on over the last year. Actually, it's probably been a little bit longer than a year since we had you on the podcast last.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly when it was, but yeah, thank you for having me back.
Absolutely. So for the people, for like our new audience members, kind of give them a refresher of who you are and just kind of your origin story.
Yeah, I am a singer-songwriter from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Actually got started as a songwriter and then kind of gravitated into getting out and singing some of my songs and recording and just moved into the artist role kind of naturally, I guess.
Absolutely. And so you're based out of Chattanooga and you go to Nashville pretty regularly?
Pretty regularly, yeah, at least once a month usually.
Gotcha. That's not too bad of a commute, is it?
No, it's 2.25 hours, something like that. Yeah.
So that's pretty standard for anybody that lives in like the suburbs and going into like any major city. Not calling Chattanooga the suburbs, but
No, but I mean, like people that live outside of LA and have to commute in, it probably takes them that long. Oh yeah, absolutely. For sure. Like that's probably an understatement too. Probably.
2 hours. So you're go out to Nashville and do you primarily record in Nashville or were you recording Chattanooga?
I do both. Usually record the instrumental tracks here in Chattanooga and then my vocal producers in Nashville. So I go in and we record my vocals there.
Gotcha. And we'd mentioned it's been a little bit since you've been on and we've chatted. What's been new? And obviously you got the new single coming out, but how's the last year or so been treating you?
Yeah, the last year has been great. We released my Fragile Like a Bomb EP last November, and it's currently at over 2 million streams, which is awesome. Oh, wow. And the couple of songs that have come out since then, Alone With You came out back in February of last year, and it's at over 500,000 streams. So yeah, they're doing really well. Hopefully this song will too. It seems like it's getting off to a good start, so we'll see.
That's amazing. It's, and what do you kind of attribute all this success to?
I have an awesome publicity team at Publicity Nation, and they just do so much behind the scenes of getting the word out and getting my song out there. Between that and just, applying to every playlist I can find and trying to get, keep posting on social media and keep it in front of people.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it was July of 2020 was the last time you were on. Okay. I just pulled up our list of dates and whatnot. So just so it doesn't sit here and eat away at me. I was trying
to remember. I knew it had been a little while, but yeah, it's been a little longer than I was thinking.
Yeah, I thought you would have come in during your last EP, but I guess that's not true.
Well, yeah, I had probably released some of the songs as singles off of that EP, but hadn't actually released the EP yet. Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of EPs and new music, you got a new single out now. Talk About Nothing. Tell us about the song. What's kind of the story behind it?
That is a song for people in love. It started as an idea because my husband and I have this same conversation every day. One of us will ask the other one what we want to eat, and we kind of laugh about it because it's just like every day we have the same conversation. And I said to him one day, I said, "That's okay. There's nobody I'd rather talk about nothing with than you." And that was kind of how the idea for the song came about. And I guess to me, like we have those, what I feel like are sort of uncomfortable conversations when we're just making small talk with other people. But when you're with that significant other that you're super comfortable with, that kind of small talk isn't uncomfortable, and it's just, part of everyday life. And so to me, that was kind of the ultimate love song, I guess.
Cool. And how long have you been working on this song?
That one came together pretty quickly. I'm trying to remember when I wrote it. Probably, let's see, we recorded it back. I think I recorded it back in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been sitting on it for a little bit, but I think I wrote it. It usually takes me a few months to get into the studio once I write it, because I'll sit there and I'll write and I'll rewrite and I'll change it. And then I usually go play it for a couple of people that I really respect and get their opinion on it. And then I'll go back and change something else and probably play it 100 more times and then go into the studio and record it.
Gotcha. So you like to put some miles on the song? I guess that's the phrase I'm going to coin now, is put some miles on it before you
go. It had some miles on it before it got into the studio.
Yeah. Hey, that's not necessarily a bad way to go, because then you get people familiar with the music, and then as you kind of play it, it just kind of, even though you have it written and arranged a specific way, the more you play it, it just kind of develops itself naturally, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Because as you play it, you'll find little things in the melody that feel better when you do it this way. And you think, oh, I didn't think of that at first. And you kind of change that, or a lyric that doesn't flow as well, and you wind up changing something there.
Mm-hmm. And I think you get also kind of flush out the pacing, because when you're working on the song, you have like a specific pacing in mind. But then once you get it in front of a crowd, and the crowd's kind of dictating what the pace is, or like you're vibing off the crowd.
That's true.
There's definitely some benefits to. Yeah.
And you kind of get a feel for whether you think people are going to like it, whether it's worth recording, or whether it's one of those that you should just keep in your drawer.
Yeah.
Or rewrite some other time or something.
Yeah, absolutely. So talk about Nothing. Why did you choose to release it now? Or
that's a good question. I guess it's getting close to Valentine's Day, and it felt like a really good song for that to be out at this time. And I also kind of knew the other couple songs that are finishing up my EP, which we're going to be releasing next month.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wanted to save them for that. So I had this one, and it was just, the timing was good for it too.
Cool. So talking about the EP, so Talk About Nothing won't be on the EP. This is just a standalone single?
No, it'll be on the EP too.
Oh, it'll be, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And so how long have you announced the release date for the EP?
We haven't. It's going to be sometime probably middle of March. It'll probably release for pre-order next week. So I just kind of want to make sure all that happens before we.
Gotcha. You said next month, and for whatever reason in my head, I still think it's January. And then I realized it was like February 2nd.
It seemed like it dragged, and now it's done, and it's like, but it still feels like January.
Yeah. And the fact that it's only February 2nd is just kind of like.
Yeah.
Oh, she said next month. Okay, cool. February. Nope. Right. March. We've still got all of February to go here.
Exactly.
Cool. And so for the upcoming EP, how many songs on it? 4 or 5?
6, actually.
6. Okay. What kind of went into the song selection process for the upcoming EP?
I guess it's just stuff that I've been writing, and it all felt like it kind of fit together. There's a lot of, I'd say love songs. or love or lost songs, except for Drunk on Country Songs, which wasn't any, but it was just a fun song. But the EP title is Love or Dreams. So it's about pursuing my dreams, but, you know, having the person that you love there as well. So, because a lot of the songs are about love and about me moving into my artist career and things like that.
Gotcha. And so Drunk on Country and Alone with You will also be on the EP, or?
Yes.
Okay. So since those are kind of the three singles leading up to the EP, what about these three songs, Alone with You, Drunk on Country, and Talk About Nothing, kind of spoke to you as to the three songs you want to represent this EP?
Well, the title track, Love or Dreams, is actually about, it's a story about falling in love with somebody, but having your career and having to go off and leave them, you know, to pursue your dream. And the way that I wrote the song, I think you don't even know until the end that I'm actually coming back. It's not a permanent thing, but I kind of told it as each time you go through the verse and get to the chorus, and I'm talking about leaving, I never really say I'm coming back until you get to the bridge. And then it's like, oh, okay. But I am coming back. So it doesn't mean that I won't miss them, and that it's not hard when you go away. Even though you're doing something you love, it's still hard to be away from the people that you love.
Yeah, for sure. And so kind of focusing in on Alone with You, because that was like the lead single, right? Yeah, lead single. Well, that's fair. It kind of just represents what the whole album's about, versus like if it's, I think it just in my head, I think that you'd run with the title song to be the lead single. So I just kind of curious about that.
Yeah, I guess I did that kind of backwards, but I was kind of saving that for last for when we released the EP. So to kind of keep the title track, I guess, kind of secret for the time being.
Gotcha. So when you released Alone with You, had you already decided that you were releasing an EP, or had you just?
Yeah, I knew I was going to release it. I didn't have all of the songs at that point, although about Love or Dreams is a song that I actually wrote, nearly when I started writing songs. So it's probably been 8 or 9 years ago. It's been sitting. And I kind of pulled it out. I was like, oh, I've forgotten about this song, and I liked it so much. And we kind of did a little rewriting, and I did change up the melody a little bit before I recorded it. And I knew when I wrote it years ago that I really liked it, and it was kind of special. So when I pulled it out, I was like, this is going to be the title track.
Gotcha. And so are you done releasing for this EP, or are you going to release another single? But
no, we've released everything except for, and we're just
the EP. Gotcha. Cool. And are you working on any visual components?
I have a video coming up for Talk About Nothing that's actually releasing tomorrow.
Okay.
And then I probably will do a video for Love or Dreams once we get that out, and haven't actually started working on that yet, so I get into that really quick.
Yeah.
Nothing like wait until the last minute.
Hey, it happens. Like it's very funny with music videos because they can come together really quickly. I've seen musicians talking about like a basic idea of a music video, and 10 days later they're showing me like a pretty much finished cut of a music video. And it's like, wait, 10 days ago, you were just talking about a concept. How did you go from concept to rough edit in 10 days?
You need a good videographer that's got really good ideas.
Like, I'm an all right videographer, and just even in my head, that boggles me. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So what can you tell us about the music video for Talk About Nothing?
So for Talk About Nothing, we did a transitional lyric video because I felt like it could tell the story in the best way, because I wanted it to be about all couples, not just about my relationship, but it was a song for couples and for that are in love. So we wanted a variety of couples in the video, and the producer that did the video did an awesome job pulling together great scenes of couples that actually pretty well fit with the lyrics, but they still kind of have an emotional pull. I feel like it really turned out great.
Gotcha. And it drops tomorrow. Does it drop at midnight, or what time does it drop tomorrow?
I think we're doing a premiere in the morning, and then we'll be releasing it in the afternoon.
Gotcha. Cool. And it'll be on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, it'll be up on my YouTube channel, and I'll probably post on all my social media.
Sweet. Who helped you conceptualize the idea for the music video?
My manager, Jill Pavel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talked about it, and we thought that the transitional video would work best.
Okay. And did you work with the production team in Chattanooga, or was it in Nashville?
I actually don't know where she is. Jill had the connection with her. She'd done some other videos for her, and she reached out. Her name was Courtney Miller, and she just did an awesome job.
Awesome. That's cool. I'm really excited to see the upcoming, or the music video drop tomorrow, and then the next music video after that, and then the EP. Like, yeah, I'm guessing that's how it would work. The next music video and then the EP.
The EP probably before the video. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Out there, yeah.
Cool. And what kind of feedback have you been getting on the singles leading into the EP?
Yeah, so far really good. Everybody seems to really be liking the songs. Alone with You has done phenomenal. I keep getting comments about that one, and of course, Drunk on Country Songs. Everybody has fun with that, and everybody enjoyed the music video. It was pretty funny, and yeah, so far Talk About Nothing seems to be doing well, so I'll have to wait and see. I usually get a lot more comments once I get the music video out, and people can comment on that and all. So
gotcha. Cool. And yeah, absolutely. It's weird how like the industry works right now, because it's a very singles driven thing, but music videos still have a play in it. Like, who would have thought MTV would have came along, told people, hey, you need to invest in music videos.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it is what it is. Awesome. And then as far as kind of moving forward, are you actively playing shows right now, or are you just primarily focused on?
Yeah, not right now. In Chattanooga, it's we don't have as much of a music scene, especially since COVID has happened. It's a lot of things have shut down, and there probably have been a few things open up, but it's still pretty limited, and it's hard to get bookings and such.
So you just are you doing any like streaming or anything, or is it just strictly recording? And
mostly just recording, a couple lives here and there, but not a whole lot.
Yeah.
That's something I probably need to do more. Gotcha. It's a lot harder to do the online stuff because you can't feed off the audience, and you don't have that feedback. You don't get to see them. So it's a little harder.
Yeah, it is. The interesting thing is I've been, the reason we moved, because last time you were on, we streamed on Facebook, but in the last few weeks, we decided to switch over to Twitch, because there's a giant, very uber supportive music community on Twitch.
Awesome.
You go on and they're doing live virtual shows, and it's more, not so much a show, but it's just like a jam session, I guess is the best way to word it, because they'll play a song, and then people will ask questions, and they'll just kind of chat, and it's like, okay, I should probably play another song, so it's really cool and chill, and you just got to be able to kind of sit through the initial couple of months while you try and build your following and all that stuff, because
that's always a
lot of times where you'll be playing in front of no one. So it's just one of those things where it's like, you did it once when you first started playing music, playing in front of nobody.
True.
So, that's how it is. So how's, going back to kind of your music, how's the pandemic been affecting your creative ability? Have you had any issues, or have you been pretty solid there?
Yeah, no, it's been, for some reason, really hard to write. I don't know why. And I don't know if it is the pandemic, because I feel like I sit down and I start writing, And I think, no, nobody wants to hear that, or I hate that. I just don't like it. And I'll put it down and I come back and I do the same thing all over again. I was like, I don't know, maybe it's just really bad writer's block, but I've seen other people connect it with the pandemic. And so maybe it is. Maybe it's just being stuck inside for so long that it's, really having an effect on creativity.
Yeah, I think for me, I think what it is more of it. This entire pandemic, even though we're coming up on 2 years, like if you think about it, next month is 2 years.
Yeah.
I think it's just thrown everybody's schedule or flow into flux. And it's just kind of like, okay, we're in lockdown. Cool. We're getting back to normal. Nope, we're in lock. And, just like this uncertainty of things makes life really interesting. So
exactly.
But yeah. So Talk About Nothing is out now. The EP is dropping in March. For the people that want to check out your music, what can you tell them about the EP and what can they expect?
There is a pretty, the songs are pretty varied on there. As far as like the feel, there's a couple that are very piano driven, and then you have other couple that are like really much more electric guitar. Drunk on Country Songs is kind of I want to say like a throwback song. It's really a nod to some of the greats of country music like Merle Haggard and George Jones. And even though it's kind of modern produced, it still has that feel of old country. And I'm trying to think. Lover Dreams is more acoustic. It does have electric guitar in it, but it is more acoustically driven. So the whole album, just every song kind of has its own thing, I think.
Gotcha. So now is the point of the podcast where I put you on the hot seat and I make you pick your favorite child. Of the three singles for the upcoming EP that you've released, which one's your favorite to perform?
That's a tough one. I'm going to say Alone with You. I actually love it. It depends. Like I love singing that one and I like playing it too. Drunk on Country Songs is much more fun to play on the guitar because it's got a lot more of those cool old country licks that you're kind of moving around a little bit more on the guitar. But Alone with You speaks to me more, I guess, for some reason.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Like, I'm sure if you're in the right mood, like Drunk on You, like you mentioned, is probably just like you mentioned it's a fun song to play if you're in a old school honky tonk and everybody's drunk, Yeah,
exactly. And sometimes, I don't know, it just for some reason, sad songs sometimes to me, or they just get to me. So maybe that's why that one just is, but it probably does depend on my mood. Some days it might be the other ones, but.
Yeah, for sure. Moods definitely can affect a choice like that. So makes sense. Awesome. Well, if anybody wants to check out your music or anything else, any potential upcoming show, you don't have any shows on the books right now, right?
No, I don't.
Okay. If anybody wants to check out any of your music or any of your music or your music videos, where's the best place for them to do that?
BrendaCay.com.
Awesome.
Or any of my social medias are Brenda Cay Music, so they can find me pretty easily. Gotcha. And I think there's also links to my socials on my website, so that's probably the easiest place to go.
Yeah. What social media platform are you personally most active on, or do you find the easiest? Do you enjoy using?
Probably Instagram, although I like TikTok too, but TikTok is its whole own thing as far as it is more performance, doing duets and performing music. But as far as like keeping people up to date, I think Instagram is maybe the better one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of musicians that are going to Instagram, and it's kind of forced us to get more active, but it's not in my day-to-day like routine of, let's go on Instagram. But it's just one of those things where you have to put a lot more thought into what you're posting on Instagram.
It is, because you can't just post a link like you can on Facebook. You have to do things a little bit differently. Yeah. True.
So before we wrap this up, we've got one thing left we got to do.
Okay.
I have a random question generator in front of us. Everybody that comes on the podcast gets one spin of the random question generator.
Okay.
So if you're ready, I have your question.
Okay.
If a book were written about you, what would the title be?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know. Maybe The Girl Who Doesn't Give Up.
Fair. That's good. I dig it. I'd check it out. Yeah, that's the random question generator. Sometimes it's just like super easy answers. Sometimes it's very thought provoking, and I don't know what to take away from that question. I've never seen that one before.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I don't know, but yeah, I don't give up. So that's a good one.
Awesome. I dig it. Well, once again, thank you so much for joining us. Hit them with your socials one more time.
It's brendacay.com or on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at Brenda Cay Music.
Awesome. Well, once again, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we will catch you all later.
Thanks, Tom.